Good Wednesday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And welcome to Keep Her Quick, your latest local news and weather commercial free in about 19 minutes or less. We're going to jump right over to weather because, Jefferson, we got some thunderstorm possibilities, some rain in the forecast. Could be putting a damper on some of the folks that are going after for the start of the Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days.
Definitely, yeah. We are going to have chances of showers and thunderstorms region-wide today. Now, that's not to say that it's a guarantee that you will see showers and thunderstorms where you live. Just those chances do exist across the entirety of the forecast area on this Wednesday. Now, whenever we talk about lightning this time of year, we also have a bit of a fear of fires, and there is critical fire danger in the Cascade Mountains specifically today. In fact, red flag warnings have been issued until 8 p.m. this evening because of the possibility of abundant lightning on dry fuel and some gusty thunderstorm winds. All bad news when it does come to that fire danger. Things will calm down a bit, though, by the time we do get to Labor Day weekend. We will talk more about all three of these weather headlines coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in Yakima. A man is facing a number of charges, including attempted murder, after being accused of trying to light a Kittitas County Sheriff's detective on fire during a traffic stop. Investigators say the detective was trying to talk to the 56-year-old man who was parked off State Route 821 in the Yakima River Canyon when the man sprayed lighter fluid in the detective's face and on his chest. The detective used a taser, which briefly ignited the fluid. They say the man then threw some burning material at the detective and drove off, which resulted in a high-speed chase, but it was stopped when deputies used spike strips in a pit maneuver. The 56-year-old was already wanted on a number of charges, but now he's also facing attempted murder. He's being held in the Yakima County Jail on a $3 million bail. Deputies say no one was hurt during the incident. And a Harrah man is heading to prison after pleading guilty to killing a man in White Swan in 2022. Jared Joe Winters was sentenced to 10 years and 3 months in prison. According to witnesses, in October of 22, Winters and the victim got into an argument about stolen property, and Winters stabbed the victim to death. Deputies from the Yakima County Sheriff's Office and the Yakima Nation Tribal Police responded to the incident. Winters is also facing first-degree assault charges for an incident in the jail on February 4th. That assault is a separate case. And yesterday was day 2 of a major effort by the FBI in the manhunt for Travis Decker, the father accused of kidnapping and killing his 3 daughters. Right now, the campground near Leavenworth, where the girls' bodies were found, is shut down. KOMO's Natalie Fahmy has the details on the new search operation.
There's currently no indication whether Travis Decker is alive or dead as investigators continue to search for him and any evidence that might help lead to him. They say they want residents to know that this manhunt is a top priority.
This is a beautiful area in which a heinous crime occurred. We are here to seek justice for Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia.
At the start of June, Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia Decker's bodies were found near the Rock Island campground. Investigators later concluded that it was a homicide, with the sole suspect of the crime being their father, Travis Decker. Decker has been missing for months now.
These areas are covered with vast dirt roads that stretch for miles, no cell phone service, and many other challenges. That effort gets more difficult as time goes on.
Right now, nearly 100 FBI personnel are searching through the campground where the girls were first found, looking for more evidence that Decker is the one who committed the crime and anything that might lead agents to him. This area was also searched 3 months ago.
I believe we did a thorough search initially, but again, when we come back with new technology, more resources, more personnel, that allows us to better document what we have covered for future investigations.
DNA at the crime scene links Decker to the murders. At this time, investigators do not know whether he's alive or dead. It is believed he fled through Washington backwoods and possibly the Pacific Crest Trail. Decker does have extensive wilderness training.
I don't believe he's special in any way. He's got a lot of people hunting against him. I've said it before, he's got to be perfect every single day. We just have to be perfect once.
The investigation in the Rock Island campground is set to end today. Investigators say, though, they will reassess at the end of that time period to decide whether more time is needed, saying the holiday weekend will not slow them down and they will expand the search if necessary. In Seattle, I'm Natalie Fahmy, KOMO News.
Natalie Fahmy, thank you. And investigators are also asking anyone with information that could help to report it to the U.S. Marshals. Decker is considered extremely dangerous and should not be approached if he is seen. A little bit closer to home, 3 Yakima men were injured in a crash on U.S. Highway 12 Sunday morning. KIMA's Aiden Connor talked to the crash and spoke to the family of a victim who remains in critical condition.
Dakota Clark DeWeese and his friends were heading to pick up a drone when tragedy struck.
For a split second of lapse of judgment, it his whole life's going to change.
The driver of the Toyota Corolla that the boys were riding in lost control and veered down a 70-foot embankment, leaving Dakota with multiple facial fractures, blunt force trauma to his head causing a brain bleed, and spinal injuries. Dakota was transferred to a local Seattle hospital where he is in critical condition. His family describes him as ambitious and responsible.
Best I can describe him, he's a good kid. He just kept a steady job since he was 16.
He's always there for anybody that needs him.
And he's been extremely responsible and hardworking.
He's said to have a vital impact on the lives of his closest friends.
He's been family to most of his friends, more than just friends. Because I know a lot of his friends don't all have the best home situation, and he's been part of our family, and he's brought them to our family functions, Christmas, everything. Mm-hmm. He cares a lot more about others than himself.
Dakota has hopes and dreams that he hopes to accomplish in the future, but could have a long road ahead of him.
I've watched the kid grow up. He's family. It's to know all of his hopes and dreams that he had might not even be possible now. It sucks. He was trying to become a police officer, and it doesn't look like that's going to be possible anymore.
KMA's Aiden Connor, thank you. And Dakota's family says that he's currently on a ventilator and they hope to wake him soon. There are a lot of concerns about the safety of Highway 395 north of Pasco, so we spoke with leaders with the Washington State Department of Transportation to find out what they have to say about the problem. Over the weekend, one person was killed and several others injured in a crash at the Crestlock intersection. Now, many people have voiced their concerns on social media about several crashes at rural intersections along the highway. Transportation leaders say they're aware of the problem, but say it will take time and funding to come up with a solution.
The biggest thing that we can stress right now is drivers just need to be very much aware of their surroundings. When they're turning off of those side roads onto 395, they need to make sure that they have a big gap in between the next vehicle coming.
Now, transportation leaders are considering things like flashing lights or reducing speed limits in an effort to prevent crashes. And Sunnyside city leaders are leaving city manager Mike Gonzalez on paid administrative leave for a little while longer while they continue an internal investigation. But at Monday night's council meeting, Councilmember Vicky Frausto made a motion to end the investigation.
My suggestion and my motion is to end the investigation and stop the wasting of community resources, and to reiterate, the community has many questions and it is our responsibility to come forward with answers. We're paying Jim Bridges over $13,000 a month weekly. We're paying Mike Gonzalez over $13,000 a month. We paid this internal investigator $325 an hour for almost 3 months.
Now, it's unclear what led to the investigation. Those involved have stayed tight-lipped about that. In the end, the motion to end it wasn't passed, with Councilmember Julia Hart saying that full disclosure could harm the council and the city's legal department. The city's attorney echoing that.
We are in the final stages of completing the investigation and working through where it goes from here. So we do need additional time unless the council's desire is to take an action tonight, but I think that would be premature.
Now, ultimately, council members approved a resolution to extend Gonzalez's paid administrative leave through September 9th or until a final decision is made. And Yakima County Prosecuting Attorney Joe Brusick is raising concerns about the requirement from the Washington Supreme Court that limits the number of felony cases a public defender can handle each year. The idea behind the statewide standard is to improve the quality of legal representation to make sure attorneys have enough time to focus on each case. But for counties like Yakima, already facing an attorney shortage and rising costs, it adds pressure and is creating difficulties. Joe Brusick has raised concerns about how the changes could strain the justice system, but is working to meet the new mandate. We'll have interviews with him and the Public Defense Director Paul Kelly next week. Switching gears this morning, the school year is getting off to a rocky start in the Mapton School District. Due to problems with the HVAC system in the middle and high school building, there will be no school for all students for the rest of this week. When school resumes on Tuesday after Labor Day, all students in the district will be taking their classes in the Arts Fox Elementary building. They'll remain in the elementary school until October 6th. District leaders say the HVAC issues would negatively impact the learning environment, and the days lost this week will be made up later during the school year. District leaders say they'll share more information on that in the coming days. Meanwhile, the Pasco School District is looking to recruit some special education teachers by offering a paid apprenticeship. There's a meeting tomorrow for potential candidates. Current Pasco employees like paraeducators and emergency substitutes are eligible, as well as anyone in the community with a bachelor's degree or higher. To learn more about the program, you can attend the informational session this Thursday. It's held at the Pasco Association of Educators on North 20th Avenue from 4:15 in the afternoon until 6. And the Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days kicks off today. Organizers say it's the oldest fair in the state, with the first held in 1886. As part of the celebration on the first day, there's free admission until 3 this afternoon as part of Pepsi Family Fun Day. The opening ceremonies are scheduled for 11 this morning, and along with all of the food and rides, each night there are big events. Tonight at 7, Foreigner takes the stage, and the Walla Walla High School Choir will be joining them to sing the ballad, I Want to Know What Love Is. And with that, let's jump right over to meteorologist Jefferson Donovan. First off, congratulations to the Walla Walla High School Choir for being able to get up on stage with Foreigner. That's a pretty fantastic thing for them. But a damper on the day could be some of this rain that's coming our way.
Yeah, rain showers and thunderstorms are going to be possible around the region today. Now, that really could have an impact on the Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days. It's not a guarantee that everyone will experience showers and thunderstorms. Just those possibilities will exist. Let's take a look at the Doppler radar imagery as of the time of this recording. So right around 7 o'clock this morning, we are already looking at showers moving in to parts of our viewing area. You can see that with all of these green splotches on the screen. As we expand the radar, the area of interest today is going to be eastern Oregon and Idaho, as that is where the moisture for today is going to be coming from. A rather unusual setup on this Wednesday, as we will be looking at precipitation and moisture coming from the south, moving to the north, and also moving from the east to the west. So it is a bit unusual today in the fact that we're not seeing storm systems move from west to east. We are going to be keeping an eye on the east to west storm motion on this Wednesday. We'll take a deeper dive into that with the Storm Tracker Futurecast in a moment. First, here's a look at temperatures we are anticipating this afternoon. It is going to be cooler than days prior. Highs today in the Tri-Cities will only warm into the mid to upper 80s. Anticipate highs in the mid to upper 80s for the Yakima Valley today. Temperatures will peak in the mid 80s for the Kittitas Valley this afternoon, with low to mid 80s for the Blue Mountain foothills. Everybody today will have clouds overhead, and again, that chance of some showers and thunderstorms. So let's take a look at the Storm Tracker Futurecast. I'm going to pause it this afternoon at around 2 o'clock, and you can see widespread possibilities of showers and thunderstorms will exist around the inland northwest today, even as we go well into this evening around your 8 o'clock hour, still holding on to that possibility of widespread showers and thunderstorms. What I will note is I believe the Futurecast is going a bit too bullish with precipitation coverage. I don't believe everyone will see showers and thunderstorms today. Just those chances will exist. Now, as we do head into Thursday, there is still going to be some lingering showers and thunderstorms Thursday morning for Kittitas County, Grant County, and Adams County. Even parts of Walla Walla and Columbia counties may see some lingering showers and thunderstorms tomorrow morning. And then as we go into tomorrow afternoon, most of the region will be calm, but we are still going to be looking at a possibility of some convection for Yakima and Kittitas counties on Thursday afternoon. Now, speaking to today specifically, there is a red flag warning in place for the Cascade Mountains. This does go until 8 p.m. this evening, as there is going to be that possibility of abundant lightning on dry fuel that certainly could start new fires. And then on top of everything else, erratic winds from thunderstorms could fan the flames, creating big problems pretty quickly. That is why that red flag warning has been issued for the Cascades on this Wednesday. Now, as we take a look at the next 2 days after today, on Thursday, I've already talked about the slight chance of lingering showers and thunderstorms for parts of our forecast area tomorrow. The Tri-Cities should escape with a calmer day on Thursday, and then everybody will be pretty calm on Friday with temperatures into the 90s. Right now, I'm going to toss it back over to Dave.
Thanks, Jefferson. On to some state news this morning. Washington is one of 3 states being threatened by the U.S. Transportation Department for not enforcing English language requirements for over-the-road truckers. Washington, California, and New Mexico could lose millions in federal dollars. Truckers are supposed to be disqualified if they can't show English proficiency. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy cited a deadly crash in Florida involving a foreign truck driver who made an illegal U-turn.
Where we had an individual who we tested this individual after the crash, but no doubt could not speak the English language and could not understand road signs when he was operating that very deadly rig.
Now, the standards took effect in June. California has done 34,000 inspections since then and found at least one violation. One review resulted in a driver being removed from service. Critics say the Florida case has become politicized, with the driver being charged with 3 state counts of vehicular manslaughter and immigration violations. And speaking of being on the road, a heads up for drivers. Starting Wednesday, September 4th, westbound I-82 near exit 26 to East Sela Road will be temporarily closed for about 6 hours. Now, the closure will begin after 10 a.m. to avoid morning traffic delays. Drivers will be detoured during this time. WashDOT is already coordinating with the nearby training center, and digital signs will be posted 5 days in advance. While the closure is expected to last just 1 day, a 2-day window has been set aside as a backup just in case. And due to military operations, part of the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest will be closed until October 31st. According to the U.S. Forest Service, military personnel will be doing search and rescue efforts on a Navy aircraft that crashed there last year. Staging for the operations will be at the Titan Airstrip, and on your screen are the areas that will be closed. And that includes the Peninsula Campground, Rim Rock Boat Launch, Pear Butte Trail number 979, Pear Loop Trail number 1148, and Forest Road 711 and 714. Yakima City leaders are taking more time to come up with a long-term agreement for the Yakima Valley trolleys. Some council members have raised concerns about funding the trolley system amid $3 million in cuts approved by the council for the 2026 budget, including a $10,000 cut that would impact the maintenance of those trolleys.
But wouldn't we want to take the $10,000 that's in the streets budget and use it for something that is more for streets? Yeah. I mean,
now, the contract for the trolleys was set to end on August 31st, but it's been extended for a month so they could finish out the season. That resolution passed with a 6-1 vote. The council member, Janice Decio, voting no. And finally, the Salvation Army in Pasco is expanding. Hungry Gen Church is moving to Kennewick, leaving the Salvation Army to buy their old building as part of a $2.4 million expansion. This new building will allow the Salvation Army to expand their services and provide more youth-led programs, including music, sports, and educational classes. The old Salvation Army building will still be used for their food pantry and other social services.
I'm really excited about the new building. I'm working closely with the majors, Sivaha, our core officers here. We've been working hard to make this possible for our community, for the better of Tri-Cities. There's a lot of family members out there that are struggling.
Now, the Salvation Army is still short $300,000 for the project. If you'd like to donate, you can head over to our website for more information. And that does it for us. Thank you for watching this episode of Keep Her Quick. For more local news and weather, you can head over to our websites. That's KIMAandKeeperTV.com, as well as our Facebook pages. But while you're here, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with our latest mini newscasts Monday through Friday. Have a wonderful Wednesday, everybody.